Hey guys, Eagles here, and today I'm going to be showing off a brand new thing that I got. It's very cool, so let's take a look. This is an M9 Bazooka. I am very excited and proud to own one. It is one of the Airsoft replicas. I believe this one is made by Apple Airsoft. Right now I have it folded in two, but just going to go over it from a reenactor and collector's perspective rather than an airsofter's perspective. I don't really play airsoft despite me having airsoft guns, but yeah, we're gonna go over it. So there's things that I need to do to it to make it correct for an M9, because this is an M9A1, and literally like the biggest difference that makes it an M9 from an M9A1 from an M9 would be the sight. The M9A1s, they had the flip out optical sight as such, right? It would have a crosshair. I mean, this is like a really like shitty version of what the actual like sight would look like, but it's whatever. I mean, it's good for what it is for an airsoft replica. And then the elevation plate, it's just kind of like drawn on rather than it would have been etched on. And the actual elevation plate looked different than this. I mean, it was basically the same shape, but it looked different. So I need to get a different elevation plate. That'll probably be the easiest thing to do, because all I have to do is unscrew it and then install it. And then the sight, in order for it to be an M9, I need to get a, an iron sight for it. There's a guy who makes them, but I don't know if the website still works. Well, the website works, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to get in contact with the person who makes them. So hopefully I can still get one. I'll get on that once I get the money for it, because they're like $15. So I'll buy one from him, hopefully, so I can have the sight for the M9. Then, actually, I'll just disassemble this real quick, take it apart. Hopefully you guys can see how that works. But this just kind of slides into here, and then there's another thing that I press that button, and then this slides out. And then to combine them, you just kind of slide the two pieces together. That way it's just easier. I don't know why I had this folded up in the first place. Is this? Oh, almost had it. Alright, now it's locked in. But anyway, this is what it looks like fully assembled. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. The whole trigger needs to be replaced. This is modeled after the M9A1, or like the post-war one. I don't even know if this trigger even existed, if I'm being honest. But the M9 trigger looks very different from this. So if I can find an original, I need to replace that. If not, I would settle for somehow modifying this to make it look more correct. But I really want an M9 trigger, but those are harder to find. So if anyone happens to have an M9 trigger, or the M9 grip or whatever, because it's like the whole, like, the way it comes, it's the whole like little thing. But if anyone has one and would not like to have it, please leave a comment and let me know, and we can figure something out. I will buy it from you. And then the trigger guard right here, and the brace here, this is like they're too thin, they're too small, so I need to replace that completely as well. And the shape on this is also sort of off, so on top of that, I need to do that. So, yeah. Then when it comes to the front over here, obviously I'm going to need to repaint that. The whole thing is going to get repainted. But, for out of the box, I mean, for what you pay for, it's really not bad. It's compatible with like a 40 millimeter, like airsoft shell, and I believe you put that in the end of the barrel. I've unfortunately not been able to get that open. It's kind of stuck real good, so I'll have to take a crack at it later. I really do like the wrapped wire here. It looks very good. In the back here, I'm going to have to add like I think it's back here, like a black thingy. I forget what it's called. It's like a insulator brace or some shit like that. The clamp is functional. It works. From my understanding, these the actual like rockets, they're a little too big to go into it. So I'm having a friend 3D print me one right now. So I think I'll end up using 3D printed rockets, especially since original rockets, even the inner ones, are going for like $200, and that's like out of my price range. But again, like I said, this is for out of the box. That's really good, and as a reenactor, like I'm gonna have to put some work into it. I'm gonna have to put some money into it. I'm probably gonna start with a repaint. That'll be my first step. I'm gonna start with a repaint, then I'm gonna move on to the sights, then I'll move on to the rear brace plate, and I won't be able to do a whole lot with the actual like trigger grouping or whatever until I get I'm able to get my hands on an M9 trigger. And I also think there's a way of modifying that to make it look like one, but we'll see what happens with that. And then as soon as I get the defarbing and the outside aesthetics done, I'm going to probably gut the airsoft stuff out of it and look into ways to make it, make it blank firing or whatever. But yeah, that's the M9 for now. I'm very happy with it. I'm very lucky to own one. But yeah, I will probably be posting updates and stuff on how it goes when I actually start to work on it. So anyway, that's all I got for this video, and Eagles out.